What's up, everybody? Jordan Stewart here from Vover. Thanks so much for tapping into the Vover original show. Just a reminder that if you want to drop your opinions about the episode or respond to the host and guests with your voice, go and download the Vover app wherever you get your apps. Vover, voice over everything. Enjoyed the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Grind with your hosts, Slimzilla and Yeti.
Hello, world. Welcome to The Grind. Jordan, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Chilling, bro. How's the back? You feeling better today?
I'll tell you what, I'm not jiggling around in my seat like you are. I'll tell you that.
That's the little jiggy to just start the show, you know what I mean? I gotta get in the group.
I can't even move that way right now.
Yeah, your back's all effed up, bro.
I need an emergency massage. Anybody around Michigan, come through, please. But today we want to talk about a couple of the different things in the news for the football world. You know, that's kind of my world, but, you know, Jordan's learning and loves football.
I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn every day. Just not trying to play.
Right. So obviously we've been talking a lot about the NCAA and the things that they've been going through, a lot of changes. And there's been some interesting updates recently with Texas and Oklahoma wanting to go into the SEC and create, you know, what will be this very, very, very powerful entity that, you know, who knows? A lot of people on TV right now are saying that they're trying to take over the NCAA through these moves. And I mean, it seems like they probably can. They're strong right now.
Yeah, Alabama's always. I remember when I first come over to America and there was a game on a Saturday and it was Alabama, and I was thinking, oh, like all these, like this big stadium, like what division like these guys in? And they're like, oh, these are just college kids. I'm like, what? Right. so what? How much do they get paid? And they're like, no, they don't. so from then I got like the early red flags about the NCAA from there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of controversy over like if it was good to pay him and all that. And I'm seeing a lot of the talking heads that do the NCAA football that are a little bit probably more worried about it. And you know, there's something in business called market share, right? And I think a lot of those talking heads are a little nervous because they're losing a lot of that market share to the players now, which I think is the right thing. You know, I think that the players should be getting their money. You know, these coaches, like the other thing that was kind of big right now was Nick Saban, you know, going through the SEC media stuff and saying that his players his quarterback specifically is making almost $1 million right now, man.
He's changing up that recruiting, bro. Like he's adapting.
Yes.
Only the strong survive. Yes. Like obviously going from what he's normally doing to be like, listen, you can come here and you can get the big bag before you even touch the NFL.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And Saban's so smart because, you know, I think I sort of know his personality a little bit, and, you know, deep down he probably hates every part of this. But he's also very smart and knows that he can mention these things in a media setting, and every kid that listens goes, whoa, I go to Alabama, don't even have to play a game and make $1 million. I'm going there.
Of course. And like I said, Alabama's their organization, their brand is huge. Yep. They're getting over like 100,000 fans. So even if you're like middle of the road like player, you can still make money.
Exactly.
And I think that's going to be a huge draw for players.
Right. And you know, he said something like, you know, some of the guys today were talking about how obviously the quarterback's going to get paid more than the guards, and there's not going to be equality throughout the team. But it's like, when was there ever any kind of equality between a quarterback and a guard? Like, somebody to know their place, man.
Hey, everyone has a job.
Right.
Like, right. And you just got to know there's a hierarchy, and the quarterback is up there.
Exactly.
Touching the coach. Like me playing like left back. Never going to be the best player on the team.
No.
Well, just
or considered that. You might be great at your job, but you just won't get noticed, right?
Won't get noticed. You're not going to get paid the most.
No.
That's the way it is. You just got to lump and
get where you fit in, right? I mean, it's pro sport.
Exactly. As long as I touch that, as long as I cross that white line, bro, I don't care.
I agree.
Just get me on the beach.
I agree. So, in another part of football, we got NFL battle of the backers, if you will. We got a couple of linebackers that are getting paid right now, Jordan.
How much? Tell me.
We got Fred Warner just got broke off by the San Francisco 49ers. He got a 5-year, $95 million deal.
Shit. But how? Because this is what upsets me about the NFL. They always throw out these big numbers, like say 95, but how much of that is guaranteed?
Well, actually, I didn't look into how much was guaranteed. I think it was somewhere in the 30 to 40s, maybe.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you're telling the world 95, but not even 50% of that is actually guaranteed. Like, why don't they just say, okay, 40 million plus add-ons?
Well, that's where the teams always win, right? They just know they love to make a splash, right? For one, they want to make a splash. They want to throw a big number out there that looks great. Like the 49ers are really doing something big to hold their guys, right?
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that, but like you said, the real money is really where it matters. And it's not that much. It's all it is an extra 3 years or 2 years added onto a 3-year deal where the team has options. And
was that kind of like how your deal was structured when you went to the Jags?
It's exactly the same. Yeah, I got my contract that everybody saw on TV and was hitting me up and saying, "Oh, you're rich now."
It was like, "Give me some money, give me some money."
Yeah. It was like 5 years, 20 mil, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, man. Like, I'm very happy. Yeah, but it was really just a 2-year, $8 million deal. There was no other money after that. Like you had to be a superstar to probably stick around for that, and they still might have cut me because really deals like that, especially in my case, I doubt it's in Fred's, but in my case, it's really they're making a splash. They got some extra money, and they want to really just hold you for a couple years and probably move on to the next guy. And that's what they did. I played there 2 years and I moved on. So, it's just a time to have built-in comforts for the team that if we give this guy $8 million, I want to at least have him, handcuffed for 3 more years where we get all the power. So
exactly.
That's sort of what they did there. But, with Fred, I'm probably going to say the most unpopular position of anybody, right? I don't like it. I don't like the deal.
Why?
Because if the Niners continue to run the defense that they've been running, which is a cover 3 deep look, yeah. There are other positions that are more important than middle linebacker in that defense. The corner is always on an island in that defense. That's why Richard Sherman is Richard Sherman, because he was able to play corner in that defense. Okay?
Yep.
The D linemen, the DNs, are huge in that defense because in a cover 3 scheme, you're not going to cover everybody for very long. Like, you'll get your guys, but you're going to only have a certain amount of time. So you need DNs that are absolute dogs coming after the quarterback. And the third part of this thing that makes me not really like the deal is there's only so many $100 million contracts you can give out on your roster, right? If it's the New York Yankees and you can give everybody money or whatever, that's great. But football doesn't work like that. So
got that budget.
Yeah, like you saw the Niners last year. They played bad in the middle of the season where they lost all their corners because they had a bad corner out on that island. You can't do that. But if in that same defense, I think they could get by and win a championship with a backup middle linebacker. You know what I mean?
Is it ever a case in like NFL when it comes to formations of if you get a lot of injuries doing one scheme, does the coach change it, or is it like just next person up?
Well, in my mind, there's no scheme that's injuries are better than others, right? I don't think there's a scheme that makes injuries more doable for your team. What you can do is identify the areas of the scheme that are weak and that you need the best guys, right? Like, so the reason why I love Vic Fangio's defense is he did a good job of moving around where it's hard, right? It would be like, okay, in this call, say it's cover 6, which is basically the corners are basically man, right? They have a hard job in cover 6. So everybody on the defense knows the corners have a tough job on this play. Okay. And then other times, say you go to cover 2, where the corners just bump and run in the beginning and then let their guys run. Well, they have a very easy job then. So Vic Fangio would always do a good job of moving the tough part of the defense around to someone else. Because in that cover 2, it's harder for the middle linebacker, right?
See, I'm learning.
I'm getting into some like technique.
That's some deep. You're getting in deep, bro.
I know. So I apologize for this, but to me, it's a big deal because it's how you build your team. And if you build a team where the most important players are at corner and DN, and you give all your money to your middle linebackers, like, I don't think that's going to work over time.
There's no money to spread around for the other vital positions.
Right, and you're not going to be able to bring in that big free agent at corner that you might need, or the big pass rusher that you might need. So you have to be extremely confident in your draft picks at that point and roll through that. But we all know those draft picks can be a sort of a coin flip at times.
Yes. So talking of big money, obviously Aaron Rodgers is, nobody knows if he's going to stay or if he's going to go. What's your thoughts on him?
Well, I think, leading into that, I think it's a similar situation to my contract, right? I think we leave Fred out of this. I doubt he's got the same parts of the contract that I had where it's like really a 2-year deal. I'm sure he's locked in. But for Aaron, I think what the Packers like to try to do, and what I sort of already explained with the Jaguars, they like to have all their guaranteed money up front with their signing bonus, and then after that, the guy has to really, really play well and earn it and then continue to get contracts, right? So it's even if it's out there that he turned down a contract that would make him the highest paid player in football.
Yeah.
And sounds great, right? Like that sounds like an amazing opportunity, but it's probably similar to my contract where it's like, yeah, you're the highest paid guy in football, but there is no stability after that second year.
Yes.
So they can just cut him and move on to the next guy. And they got Love that they drafted in the first round last year that they're probably going to have to bring up at some point.
Yep.
And so I think he's looking for more stability. And I don't know if the Packers are going to give it to him. I mean, they're in a standoff right now.
And by stability, you mean more years? Like a player wants more like guaranteed.
Guaranteed money throughout the contract, yes.
Yeah.
And I know it takes a hit on the salary cap, but at the same time, this is Aaron Rodgers. Like, that is the guy. Like, when I talk about Fred Warner maybe not being the most important player on that defense, in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers is the most important player on that team, maybe in the NFL. So that's the guy you got to just give it up to. I don't know.
That's leading me into the last question I want to ask you. In your opinion, who is better as a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
That's hard, man. If you're talking arm strength and you're talking like say you're talking like the difference in it's physically Aaron Rodgers. Okay, let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
Physically, Aaron Rodgers is probably by far better than Tom Brady, but he doesn't have that chip, man. That Michigan. I mean, I know he's from California, but he came to Michigan, so he's got a little bit of that toughness. And Tom Brady's an animal. I mean, he lets those things like that. That guy, the team that decided to stick with some crappy quarterback over him, and he was saying you're keeping that mother effer or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's what fuels him, and I really respect it sort of because it's sort of what I did, right? Like, he'll make up something to make himself mad. Like, Tom Brady's got nothing to be mad about. Let's be honest. Like, what part of his life sucks? His model wife?
Yes.
He lived on the water in Tampa Bay. Like, what part of your life is great? So he does a lot like I do, and I had a great life too. But like, I would make up reasons to motivate myself and push myself harder, and
to get you in that zone.
A guy is like that, man. He's tough to beat, and I would take Brady every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So basically he's got like that killer instinct.
Yes.
Kind of.
Mamba.
It's interesting, man, because like from outside looking in, like I look at Rodgers and I'm just like, some of the things he does, like just look so out of the ordinary. But then obviously, as you say, but he hasn't got that killer instinct to kind of, that's what gets you to win.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know either one of these guys. I didn't play with either one of these guys, but I did play against them a lot, and I just feel like there is just something about Tom and the way he carries himself. There's a lot more guys on that field. Like, this isn't tennis, right? Like, it's not Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady's in tennis. Like, Aaron Rodgers win that every time. Like, Tom's got no shot if you're making it one-on-one. I don't. Yeah. But it's not that way. This is a team game, and I think that the experience and the motivation and the work ethic and everything that comes with Tom Brady and that total package, it's just hard to beat, man. Like, and it's impossible to be that way. Like, he is an amazing person. You know how hard it is to go into work every single day with that kind of attitude? Like, you beat yourself up that way.
Yeah.
So, you know, both of them are obviously great. So, you know,
Hey, well, you got into it today, man. Hey, you have to send me that PDF of that playbook, bro. I need to get those schemes going.
Right. I need a little whiteboard behind me. I get you right, man.
We'll get you one, bro.
We got to teach you the difference between 3 high and 2 high.
Hey, always a pleasure, man. And like I said, I'll be learning when I'm gonna be coming with different schemes, bro, for you to talk about.
Well, I need to learn some soccer, so like, let's go ahead and key that up for next time.
Yeah, soccer's easy, bro. I got you there.
All right.
Cool.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Same here, man. Peace. Vover.